Hello people that know how it's doing today. Today I'm talking about the junior sort and leaving sort. Hopefully, I use hopefully so much nowadays. And I really hope that some tickles into the Department of Education either lose their jobs or either get kicked out. Same thing to be honest, but hopefully they either leave or they get kicked out either way. I'm happy enough because I don't get this. And here's a thing. I studied the mind. I studied a good bit of the mind and how the mind works and what makes us depressed and what makes us anxious and worried. And these are independent studies. I suppose I studied it for a long time in my pastime, I suppose you could say, for a long time last year. And when you're in a room, think about this for a second. You're in a room, in a PE hall maybe, a gym maybe, a library in the school, and you're sitting there, you're about to do your biggest test, either your junior cert, your first time doing a state exam, or your leaving cert, before you go out to work. And that is enormous pressure on you, especially the weeks coming up to it. That is enormous pressure. And to sit there, and to do it for 2 weeks, you do your Irish, you do your French, you do your geography or history. It's a huge lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to put it in 2 weeks for any young person. Because the mind doesn't fully develop until you're 18. When you're 16, your mind develops a tiny bit better. But nobody's mind will develop better until they're 18. And the Department of Education needs to understand that people's health and their well-being is number one. Not pushing standards and pushing the limits of people. I understand sometimes you need to push the limits of some people, but why would you do it? Classroom-based assessment tests are much better. They do it in other countries and it works like a charm. And they're going to do it in this country, please God, they will do it, for the junior cert and leaving cert. Because it's a lot better to study what you're doing in class. I get that some days you'll be tired, some days you'll be encouraged to do work, some days you'll be raring to do work. But it's a lot better than going into your exam. You studying all night, some people, and you denying yourselves. It doesn't make sense. Why would any modern democracy do that to somebody? That's an enormous amount of pressure on anybody. Even as an adult, if I ask an adult that's 50 years of age to go in, I give 3 weeks to study, and to go in and do in 2 weeks a good 15 or 16 papers, he'd tell me to go jump the lake, or she'd tell me to go jump the lake, because it's impossible. It's really impossible. And to think young people, the general consensus is around this country and around the whole world, young people can deal with it. Back in my day, we were told to deal with it, and loads of young people died because of it. Simple as that. Loads of young. I'm not going to hide from the Department of Education, because the Department of Education I'm going to hold it responsible for some of the suicides, because these things shouldn't have happened. And just to improve the junior cert, like do classroom-based assessment, get rid of a test altogether for them 2 weeks. Absolutely out the door. Enough. End of the junior cert, end of the leaving cert. Just classroom-based tests. You're constantly watched. Your behaviour and your studying. But as I said, if I couldn't meet the Minister of Education, I would love to do it. Because I tell him straight away, I couldn't care less if the child never knew anything in his life. As long as he was healthy and he was happy. And what more does he want? That's as simple as that. A bit of education here and there, a tiny bit of knowledge. What more do you want? As long as you have your health, then what more do you need? Because as I said to somebody before, you might know that you're dying, but it's better to have it, your health, in the last few days without having to worry about your education. Because sadly there's young people dying of cancers in hospitals and across this country. And my heart goes out to them. Especially because someone has to do the junior. I see some homeless people have to do the junior cert and leaving cert. And they never probably went to school half of their life, and they're forcing them to do it. Doesn't make sense. This country hasn't got a brain and an education system at all. And classroom-based assessments will limit suicides, limit mental health in young people, and will make people more happier. Because worrying about exams, I know from experience, them 3 or 4 weeks leading up to the exams are like torture. You're like, oh, I'm not going to do well. You're studying, you're trying your best, and you're like to yourself, oh, this is not good enough. I'm not going to do well in this. Your mind's playing tricks on you. Your mind's trying to make sure that you're trying to push yourself more. But in fact, you don't have to push yourself more. Because when you go in to do your English paper, right, you walk in, there's about 500 people maybe in the room. It's very annoying. You feel like everybody's watching. You feel like the whole world's on top of you. If that was in a classroom, where there's only about 20 people in a classroom, it's a lot better than having 500 people. Simple as that, but the thing is, it's enormous amount of pressure to put on anybody. And I wouldn't wish it on my hardest enemy, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Because the Department of Education obviously don't know the stress this causes people. Some people are fine with it, I understand that, my hat goes off to this. But in this general day and age, we need to cop on. We need to take a stand and say, this is old school, owner. Why would we put through people torture? Like, this is torture. Why should we do it? Well, we could just do class-based assessments. And thank you for watching. Subscribe for more and bye.